Hello, hello. Okay. Um, let's see here. What's happening? So doing a little bit of a bait and switch tonight. Allie's still kind of recovering from her surgery she had, so her back's kind of not feeling too well. Um, so I decided this would be like the perfect time to try this idea I had out. Um, So we're going to be comparing the different versions of the Mission Impossible game from the 90s, comparing the Nintendo 64 and the PS1 version. We're gonna go. We'll go through like audio, cutscenes, gameplay. We'll cover like everything basically. Um, the way I captured this gameplay footage, I used the Steam Deck with a PS1 emulator and just screen captured that for the PS1 stuff. The N64 emulator doesn't quite work for the Steam Deck too well yet. So it was playable, but the audio was choppy and like the frame rate wasn't that great. So I had to go a little old school to capture the Nintendo 64 one. I used like my actual 64 and cartridge going through a HDMI composite adapter that I had plugged into this M cable. And this M cable, it's an HDMI cable. I've used it before on the streams, but this part of it goes on your TV and it has a USB that plugs in, so it needs its own standalone power. And inside here is like a tiny little video processor that does like anti-aliasing. So you could essentially up the rendering to near high definition. So that's like all the hoops I jumped through to get the 64 version up here, but it looks great, you know. So, but also that's something to keep in mind if we're comparing like the look of it and resolution and stuff like that. That's, you know, depending on what machine you're using to emulate, you could get better results on the 64 version if you have a higher end computer than me or something. But you know, there's still very noticeable differences in quality on these two, even if the resolutions aren't matching. But in any case, I think we'll get right into it now that I've explained all that. I move my water away from all the electronics. All right. So, and I also I figured out how to use the OBS software more and use like scenes to swap stuff. So we'll jump right here and everything should just switch over. All right. So right below me, you're going to have the 64 version, and underneath the chat, you'll have the PS1 version. And if you notice, there's a little icon on the PS1, a little volume icon. Anytime the volume switches between the two versions, that icon will appear over what version we're listening to. So that's how we'll do some audio comparisons down the road. Let me just rewind this. Yeah, and like this took a while to set up. It took me like basically 2 straight days of recording and editing and getting like my pathways that I use in both versions exactly the same. Like I thought it'd be a little easier to set up, but I mean it's still fun doing it regardless. Like if this goes well, I'm gonna do this with a lot more, like there's plenty of games to do this with. Anyway, let's get started. I think I should be able to hear it too. Yeah. So we're gonna start, which is like the opening, which is like just like the opening credits and the different like company logos that made the game. When one side will pause, it's waiting to catch up with another one. So when you see one side freeze, don't worry about it. It's just waiting for the other one to catch up to it. Yeah, thanks, man. How about that? Is that better? volume's still hot. How about there? Well, now it's music. So the audio's a little better quality in the PS1 version. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's better. Yeah, so like even like the intros are a little different. And then I think I go straight into like the embassy mission right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I made sure I lined it up. That's why you'll see it like one side will pause while the other side is going, and then once they catch up and they're following the same pathways, like it'll resume. I kind of skipped it over right there a little bit, but there's like all the main menus are different. The way it shows like your objectives. Going with the PS1 audio for now, but we'll switch
Mr.
over
Phelps.
soon.
Former KGB Line-X officer Alexander Golitsyn, now working black market intelligence under official cover, has abducted one of our top computer experts, IMF agent Candace Parker, and has stolen one half of the CIA NOC that she was carrying.
Yeah, that's true.
All of our
I think a lot of it
cover
looks
agents in Eastern
a lot more solid
This list is
and
divided into
like
two
and
encoded
like
halves.
I don't know,
The half
more
Golitsyn
realistic
has is
in the 64
This
version.
list is divided into two
So here's the
encoded
64
halves.
audio.
The half Golitsyn has is useless.
And this is the one
without
that me
other
and
half,
Adrian grew up
which
playing.
is stored at CIA headquarters in Langley. Candace is now imprisoned in the Russian embassy
And like a
in
lot
Prague,
of the music in this
where they
game,
are
it's
trying
from
to
the
decode
original
the
TV
list,
series, which
probably
is cool.
believing she has the key to the code. We also know they have a powerful computer there and are probably using it to try to break the code. Special Agent Robert Barnes
credited him with Moscow.
Yeah, no, isn't that
However,
weird?
We've heard nothing from Barnes since, and we suspect he's been caught. Your mission, should you decide to accept it, is to penetrate during tomorrow night's embassy function. Find Candace, copy the list, destroy the computer, and escape with Candace and Barnes if he's still alive. As always, should you or any of your IM force be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck, Chip.
Yeah, there's one of the in the 64 version, one of the messages he just puts down, like he's like reading it in a park or something. I don't think I captured it, but he puts it down and then it's literally like a tiny little explosion when it when it self-destructs. Okay, so that's the end of the opening. Hold on a second here. Let's get into some gameplay. Whoops. There we go. So in the 64 version, you do a lot of reading. There's some audio, like some voiceovers in it. It's mainly when you're in game, like Ethan Hunt will like say like little tiny quips here and there. But the PS1 version, I skip over it here, but the PS1 version, there's someone reading all that to you. And some of it's really funny because they're definitely like some like, I don't know, French or European. Oh yeah, so like the audio is completely different in this.
You're in trouble. Schofield, a killer is on your tail. You must get rid of her.
So the PS1 version, you get radio calls, you'll hear the person talk to you, but 64 version, you just
I've got to hide the smoke generators in those ventilation ducts.
And the music in this, in the 64 version, like, it makes a whole different vibe. Like, it's like a synthy version of, like, that same song, you know? And then on the PS1 version, it's kind of like a little too, it's a little too like fast paced for like the vibe of the level, you know. See like this.
Oh, pleased to meet you. May I introduce you to my good friend, Miss Davies?
None of this voiceovers in the 64
It's a
version.
pleasure to
have
meet
read
you,
this all.
Mr.
And I think it's for the better.
Smith.
Even the facial models look way better.
You
in
must
the
have a
64 version.
look-alike at this party, Mr. Smith.
Someone showed us your picture. In fact, she said you're an American movie star. Is that true?
No, actually,
Oh, don't worry.
it's still
We
hot,
won't
sorry.
tell. Have a nice evening.
This level's so fun
Sarah,
though.
I have to find the face
I
maker.
I skipped like a lot of the
Ethan,
beginning.
I have it with me. Do you want it now?
wait a sec. Let's make sure no one's looking at us.
I was a little quick there, but normally you have to wait for a guard to pass by. But if a guard sees it handing it off to you, you'll fail the mission. I'm sure you've played this before, have you? I don't know.
I think Andrei Vlasov looks just like his son Nikolai, the ambassador's aide.
Don't you think that's because Nikolai insists on wearing his father's
okay.
uniform?
These Slobodskaya
Yeah, this is definitely
are
like the
so
best
proud
level
of their
in the game.
past.
Because it's low-key, you're not running around and shooting people necessarily. You're doing like real like kind of
Watch out
espionage
for
shit.
Scoof.
Have you seen the ambassador's aide?
Like real like it
I
reminds
think
me
I
of the
saw
old
him
TV
go
show,
upstairs.
You know.
Do you expect him to return soon?
Not unless he hears his hometown's national anthem, the Slobodskaya March.
Can you play it? I need to speak with him urgently.
I'd love to, but some idiot walked off with the score.
That lady in the red dress is that Schofield killer. That's
Have you seen the ambassador's aide, Dieter?
No, he must have gone upstairs momentarily.
Slide you a drink and some.
How can we
poison.
get him to come down?
You might ask the piano player. Maybe he could entice him down with music.
Я не знаю, сможет ли посол спуститься к нам.
How about that? It's different video clips. I forgot to lower it to the right volume. I thought I had it. Maybe I could boost myself up a little. How about there? A little better.
Oh, you're the movie star from Hollywood.
This voice actor.
Sorry, you must be mistaken.
But the woman in red said she was a journalist. She
Yeah,
wants
so you
to
see how she's
interview
following you?
Are you working on a movie here?
No, she's wrong.
So right here, I'll show you.
Copy. Stay close.
Right there, that's one of the only like kind of the rare occasions where you get a voice over like in the 64 version, which he doesn't say any of that in the PS1 version. He has actual dialogue.
The restroom's probably the safest place to knock someone out unnoticed.
So right here, if you're not quick enough with this blow dart, this bitch points her purse at you and just shoots you. So you just have to hit her the second she walks in there.
Good night, sweetheart.
Yeah, and none of this this voiceover stuff. Like I've never played the PS1 version until like I did this. And also full disclosure, the 64 version is all like a legit playthrough, but the PS1 version I used cheat codes to level skip, and then on the last mission I just used it for full health and infinite ammo, just to get through it. But if you want legit gameplay, it's on the 64 version.
I found this. Can you
That's
play
great
it?
though. You just like pull her
Sure,
into the
comrade.
toilet.
Listen to this.
So the song's similar, but it's more of like a piano or more of a synthy one, you know?
I'd be very grateful if you'd let me listen to this delightful song.
Excuse me, sir. One moment, please. Wait, a drink, sir?
Yes, and a toast to Sloborskaya. Nazdrovny. I'm feeling sick.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like their faces look so weird in like the character models just look really weird in the PS1 version. It might be just because I'm not used to it, but I think it looks more realistic for its time, you know.
Дорогой друг, вы
Even though it's
звезда
a little more blocky
американского
at
кино.
the same time.
Я надеюсь, вам приятно быть здесь?
Excuse me, wrong
Yeah,
one.
that fool, he got fucked up from that poison. I think I keep it on the 64 sound for the rest of this mission. Basically, just making our way back to the over to the exit now. That's the thing. Like I played this game so much, I just did this all from memory. The colors are more vibrant in the PS1 version for sure, but that also could have something to do with the way I captured it, you know. All right, so that was the embassy mission. So, if you notice here on the PS1 version, it shows like the different like missions, and then there's like different levels in between. We're doing the recovered knock list ones and some of the CIA escape and one of the mole hunt ones. Basically, those are like the main ones that focus on stuff in the story. And I'm also not doing all of the ones in each of those. I'm skipping a lot of levels, but just getting to like the meat of it all. So this KGB one, you're in the KGB headquarters now, and basically skipped over 1 or 2 levels to get there. So you'll see he'll start off wearing like an environmental suit. You get that in the mission in between these two, basically, but you ditch it really quick anyway. So let's start that.
You'll be entering the section where we
Okay.
think our agents are
So
being kept
listen to
prisoner.
this voiceover.
Your disguise won't grant you the authority to free them.
It's like some like drunk European guy that like
You'll have to
English
use the
as a second
facemaker
language
again
guy.
on someone else there. I suggest you find the head of security and impersonate him. Be very careful. This is a security area, and there will be surveillance cameras everywhere. Be sure to shut them off, so you don't trigger an alarm while taking candies out of there and towards the computer.
So already the PS1 version, you don't have that pose coming up from the top in that suit.
You shouldn't be here, Your Excellency. This area is KGB only.
Just checking security. Keep up the good work.
Got it!
So there's an item there called the video freezer. You snatched it off his desk.
Ethan, at last. What took you so long? Oh, they've been giving me a really hard time. Oh. Now listen closely. I won't be able to get out. You'll have to finish the mission for me. Before they got me, I managed to hide the mask of Galistan in the security hallway. You'll find it in the... Oh...
I knew he wasn't going to finish that sentence.
I love how you go to rescue your homeboy, he dies in front of you, and you just fucking crack a joke. There it is. That is one voiceover that is on the 64 version as well. He'll say little things like that. Yeah, Adrian said he's on his way home. I hope he jumps in here before his favorite line is said.
May I see the security head officer now?
Yes, please come in, Your Excellency.
Good evening, officer.
What brings you here, Comrade Vlasov?
Have you managed to get some information from our American guests?
The woman denies it.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're certain she knows the code for the list. The man hasn't spoken a word.
Or it's just like whoever was working in the office, they're like, hey,
much longer.
Just try to do
Good
this
work,
accent.
Officer.
That's good enough.
You'll be rewarded.
They're going to cut this out of the 64 version anyway. They're probably not going to sell on PS1.
This bookcase
probably
looks
doing
strange.
This for nothing. He conveniently has a dart gun on
I
his
should hide
vest
the
to
body
shoot him with.
somewhere.
Okay, 64 version. Yeah, he's just dragging him.
Piece of cake.
That's Adrian's favorite line. He just pictures it like he finds an actual literal piece of cake. He's like, ooh, a piece of cake. Yeah, once again, like one of the only examples of like the voiceovers in it. It's weird they cut out so much, but they were still able to keep some. Like you'd think they'd take it all out if they were concerned about space that much.
Yeah, that's better. There it is. Roger.
Yeah, it's just it's a different vibe with the 64 version. Like that cool ass synth stuff. But it's like the old music from the TV show, but like updated 90s synth version. Oh, I accidentally stacked both audios here, so it might get a little whack.
A transfer order
But there's a
from
true
Moscow.
comparison at the same time.
Strange I wasn't warned. Okay, let's open her cell.
Be quick about it, will you? It's me, Ethan.
Yeah,
I
the
used a
slower paced
pacemaker on the
synthy
head
stuff,
security
it
officer.
makes it a more
Oh,
fun experience,
Ethan.
in my opinion.
I'm so glad you're here. Whatever they're doping my food with is making me weaker than daytime television. Did you find Barnes?
Barnes didn't make it. Come on, Candace. It's just the two of us now.
I'll try and keep up, but you'll have to watch out for me a little.
Yeah, Candace.
Don't worry, Candace. I'll cover you as best I can.
It's like a major difference right there.
This must be the place to use the magnetic access.
Yeah, better textures on 64 version for sure too. It's just not as high resolution, so it doesn't look as crisp. Okay, so that was the KGB level. So this is a few levels later where you're just now escaping the embassy. Shit goes weird here. The 64 version, it like glitches out and I wind up failing the mission. I don't know why, but it also gave us an opportunity to show you like a comparison of the fail screens. So it worked out. And then on the PS1 version, I get through the level because cheat codes. Oh, there we go.
The smoke generators will create the temporary illusion of a fire. As you make your escape, remember the guards will be able to recognize you. They will certainly be on the lookout for Candice. Jack will have fireman uniforms for you both. Find him quick. Don these disguises and get out of there. If you're still inside when the smoke stops, you'll be trapped.
You're still weak, Candace. Go hide in the elevator till I can find a way out of here.
I'm feeling better, Ethan. I can take care of myself now.
You don't look so hot. Let me go with you.
No, really. I'm much stronger now. I'll be fine. Ethan, he sneaked up on me. Get him, quick!
Just getting her ass right away. Oh, sorry. Gotta check this volume. There we go.
Ethan, there you are. Meet me at the restrooms.
I was definitely expecting this guy to sound like Ving Rhames, considering like that's his character from the movie. Yeah, I think I get in too much shit right here in front of the fireman or something. That's why I wind up like blowing my cover. See right there.
Jack.
I don't know
how are
why
we getting
that
out?
happened.
Not a word, Ethan. I have uniforms for you and Candice.
Swap it back over. You see, and now it's a little more faster paced, and it's because that's the vibe. You're like escaping now, you know. Like the music sucks in the PS1 version, even though it's supposed to be superior, you know, because it's like higher quality and shit. It just ruins the vibe. And the smoke effect is just like a light fog, you know, on the PS1. And the N64 has this, it always had this weird like smoke blanket on the floor, but I always thought that made sense because you threw that shit into the vents right on the floor, you know? Just running around spraying him with the fucking fire extinguisher.
Candace, let's get out of here with the real fire.
I forgot to put the audio thing above it right there, but it will.
Got it.
I accidentally sprayed her. Yeah, so on the right, we just run right past him. On the left, he holds us up right at the exit. So then I had to go back and then run through really quick where I fail, and I do a good job accidentally.
Get him quick. Ethan, Are you crazy?
I didn't mean to do that, but I was like,
Stop
great.
Don't move. You're under arrest.
They ship you to fucking Ivan's town. They send you over to Ivan. They ship you to Siberia. So the fail scene was kind of cooler in the PS1 version, even though it was shorter for some reason. And then here's the two different mission failed screens. Okay, so that's the end of the knock list ones. Forgot to delete what you were typing. Do you have a squirt gun? That'd be funny. Only in Metal Gear you get a squirt gun. Okay, so we got 3 more little things to get through right now. I did just like the beginning of this level. I didn't think it was necessary to go through the rest of it, because it's a lot of like repetitive running back and forth and stuff like that. So I did the beginning because it's very cinematic, and it has a lot of voice acting in it, which once again I never heard before. So let's check this one out. This is CIA escape. You're being interrogated by the CIA for the knock list shit, like the whole knock list plot point from the movie. It's the same thing in the game, essentially.
Things aren't looking too good for you. Getting out and proving your innocence won't be easy. After all, the CIA does have its reputation to uphold, and they're not too fond of you at the moment. Hopefully you can count on Candice, who should owe you one since you freed her from that Russian cell. Oh, don't be surprised if you feel a bit drowsy. Their coffee has a horrible reputation. Rumor has it they recycle their grounds.
Candice. Carnage.
All right, Hunt. Game over. All the evidence points to you. You survived the embassy mission against all odds. An impossible feat without compatriots on the other side. Your family bank account has blown sky high, and there's no way you can deny having heard of Max. Admit it, Ethan. You are Max's mole in the CIA. Okay, if you want to shake hands with the devil, that's fine with me. I just want to make sure you burn for it.
Why did they think it was like those were good takes?
I better try to find a way out of here.
Why would they keep that in the game? Like
that coffee's always been
somebody had to sign off on that.
Ethan, Candice here. Big trouble, buddy. You better get out of there quick.
Okay, I'm moving.
I've hidden some explosive gum on the table under the mug. Don't waste it. There's not very much there.
These budget cuts are going to be the death of me. Yes, I've got the explosive gum.
He's got the explosive gum. Not much of a difference in like the CIA room. Like the textures on the lockers are different though. Oh, hold on. Let me scroll back here. I just noticed something.
My field scanner. Communicator.
Reading you loud and clear.
Sorry. Okay. There's a picture of that woman that says wanted above the locker, but it's completely different on the PS1 version. I mean, above the filing cabinet. And on the N64 version, it's some other weird poster. Can't even make out what it says. Huh. So they just like plastered completely different like images on there too. I just noticed that. I noticed like the lockers before looked completely different. Oh, so this is a weird thing that happens here too. So if you notice, on the 64 version, once you go into the hallway, it immediately goes to this cutscene. On the PS1 version, it says mission complete just when you get out of that room. It's like a mini mission, I guess, but it's not selectable from the menu. Yo! Hey, we covered a whole lot right now, but you'll still hear some fantastic voice acting. There's still a little bit. So and Adrian, so as I was just explaining, so in the interrogation room, right when you get into the hallway, it like you remember how you get in the hallway and you see the conversation between like the guard and the two CIA people. In the PS1 version, it gives you a mission complete screen and then continues. And it'll also go to a little voiceover right here in between.
The truth serum will start to work in less than 10 minutes. You'll have to find your way to the infirmary quickly. Guards, cameras, and fingerprint codes stand in your way. You'll also have to force the sergeant to help you escape through the hallway. Unfortunately, he doesn't scare too easily.
We'll come back later.
The music's very similar on this level. The music's pretty much the same.
Call me if anything happens.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, I didn't finish this level. I just figured just to see all that dialogue at the beginning of it. All right, on to the next one. So, I did the terminal room. I didn't do the level. I just wanted to see like the difference of how it looked, and then I wanted to see the difference in the scream you make when you die. Adrian knows what I'm talking about. And also, Adrian, you missed your favorite line where he finds a piece of cake. He's like, "Ooh, a piece of cake." All right, let's do this. Okay, check this out. The PS1 version, you have in your equipment on this level, it shows winch controller. And it says like it shows like a picture of the N64 controller. That's supposed to be the device that the person's using to lower and raise you on the rope. Basically, I guess it's that one dude in the movie, but in this, it's supposed to be Candice or Candice. So one thing I noticed in the PS1 version, you don't even have a winch controller in your inventory on this. It's very weird. But you also have this cutscene.
Terrific. You made it. We're just above the terminal room with the CIA computer.
So the PS1 version has better resolution right now and better colors.
The security systems
but
equipped
I
with
still
lasers.
think the N64
You'll have to avoid
version,
these if you want to succeed.
like the
I've
facial
gotten you
textures,
fiber
all the
ropes
textures,
won't
I
trigger
think
the
is better
lasers,
in,
but don't touch them
PS
yourself.
or the
Here's a code
N64.
card to switch the computer on. The slot is next to the entrance.
Also, I explained at
opposite
the beginning,
computer.
but like the way I captured
Once you
both
power it
gameplay
up,
footage is a little
turn and
different,
insert
so
this blank disc
you have
in
to
the
take like
computer,
the
then
video
type
quality is
NOC
kind of with a grain of
download
salt
to
on
disk.
this.
The other disk will start up a virus that should paralyze the lasers and the rooftop security lasers. The system should be down long enough for you to reach the helicopter and get away. And watch out for the computer operator. I fixed a special coffee for him, but he may have a cast iron stomach.
Poor guy. I think I've had some of that coffee. Well, here I go.
Stealing the invaluable NOC list from the CIA mainframe computer will be the most demanding job you've ever faced. So far, you've managed not to activate any alarms inside the CIA security zone, but now you're about to violate the strongest security system in the world.
Not bad.
To enter this highly
I keep forgetting
protected
in between
area,
videos.
you'll have to descend through the ventilation access in the ceiling, harnessed and hanging from a special fiber cable, while avoiding the security lasers on your way down. If you accidentally touch one of them, you'll certainly know you've been touched. When you reach the bottom, swing back and forth to access the card slot next to the door, activate the computer, and turn around. Then insert the disc in the terminal for the download. I've placed a little something on the disc that will help you get away later. I've also served another special coffee to the operator. He might return, but not for long.
So the PS1 has, once again, like more upbeat music. One thing I noticed, these computer terminals are completely like different models, it looks like.
Yeah, those lasers sting. Better watch out for the yellow lasers. They must be connected to the alarm system.
So I was disappointed in that moan, Adrian. This one's more like it. One more time. I love that so much. So that doesn't carry over into the PS1 version. Disappointing. Oh, shit. Okay, we got one more here. We're going to do the final level of the game. The train rooftop. So the 64 version is my legit playthrough. The PS1 version, I use cheat codes for infinite health and infinite ammo to just kind of beeline it through. Because at this point, I was really sick and tired of recording gameplay footage. Okay, hold on, Adrian. I think I could help you out there. Let's go back to it. All right, everyone quiet. I love it so much. All right. Let's do this.
Phelps is the mole. He's fleeing over the roof. A helicopter has come to his aid, and Max's men are helping him escape. Eliminate them and destroy the helicopter before they get away.
So that's one thing I thought was interesting, even with the choice they made in the movie to make Phelps like the bad guy, because he's like the main character from the TV show. Like, he's the main protagonist. And Peter Graves, the guy that played him, was actually gonna reprise his role and play Phelps, but when he read the script that he was gonna be the bad guy, he said no. He turned it down. He didn't want that to happen to his character. Oh, sorry. Let me turn this down. Hopefully you heard that.
Watch out.
Yeah, PlayStation has better colors, and it has a better resolution. But I think the texture on 64 is still better. But although on this train, it's a little... I think the train on the PS1 looks better right now. You got the fucking Blues Brothers coming up and attacking you left and right. Another classic voiceover. See, all the voiceovers in the 64 version are amazing. You don't need anything more than what it has. Way to go. Yeah, true that. Pausing the PS1 so the 64 version can catch up. I was like, where is it? And this was tough doing with that old PS1 or the old 64 controller. Like clearly aiming like under him right there. It just like gave it to me. Yeah. That's the thing. Who's the one saying "way to go"? Is he saying it to himself? Is Phelps saying it because like you're chasing Phelps? It'd have been cool if you could jump on there and put the explosive gum on the helicopter. Red light! Green light! And then the ending. It just goes straight to the ending after you blow his ass up.
Good morning. Good morning, Ethan. They're waiting for you.
And the 64 version, it's awesome because there's no dialogue at all. You just walk up to the desk, stare her down, and then just turn and walk into the metal detectors.
Congratulations, Agent Hunt. You performed above all expectations. We knew the mole was hidden in the high ranks, but who would have suspected Phelps? Of course, we also knew all along that it couldn't have been you, but you will agree being accused helped motivate you to uncover the truth. Huh, Hunt?
You mean you deliberately set me up?
Oh, come on. Where's your loyalty, Hans? Look, no hard feelings.
Yeah, look at that lens flare, man.
We even have a little trip planned as compensation for you and Candace.
That is some quality lens flare.
Vacation or another mission?
Definitely, like, it actually does have way better lighting. That's true.
Let's go, Candace. I have a feeling we're in for some more fun and games.
Has like sunlight coming through the windows. That's the thing, they're able to do a lot more with the CD than the cartridge, you know? J.J. Abrams be doing PlayStation. So there we go. Oh, a bonus.
Watch out.
So that right there. Oh, and then Phelps escapes. So that right there, man. That was not. That was one that I'd never heard before, and I was glad to actually find. That scream could rival the one from the terminal level.
Watch out.
All right, that's it. All right, cool. So yeah, that was my first attempt at this thing. It didn't take too much time. It took like less than an hour to get through. So maybe I could make it a little more beefier on the next one I do. But my plan is to try to do these maybe like once a month to start, and then if I could get faster at it, I can start doing it more often. But and I'm planning to do it like on like Tuesdays when I do drop it, because we already do our regular streams Wednesdays and our cooking stream on Thursdays. But I think whenever I do these, I'm gonna try to do them on a Tuesday.